Hey everybody, this is Jennifer. There I am. Alright, sorry, it's hard to show what I'm going to do, and I guess I could flip the camera, but I don't want to. So I'm at the studio waiting on a customer to come by and pick up her piece of furniture. So while I'm doing that, I thought that I would, and you'll hear the, I got a new iPad and I haven't figured out how to turn the sound off, so you may hear it ding. But what I thought I would quickly demo, and I say quickly, we'll see how quickly, is I bought this cheap, I've seen people do this on Pinterest and other Facebook pages where they stenciled like welcome or gather or something on one of these jute welcome mats, the plain ones. And I got this for $7.99 at Ross. And I bought this stencil at, I think Michael's or Hobby Lobby, one of those. And so I was going to try to stencil on it. It may be too big. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how easy it is to do and how it looks. And I'm using my favorite Dixie Belle colors. Let's see. Let me move you back over here. This one is cobalt blue, mermaid tail, and Dixie Belle blue, the Gulf, and last color pure ocean. I don't know, these may be too close to see a difference as I try to stencil on here. And I'm using my Paint Pixie brushes, and I've got my wet wipes, and I usually try to tape down the stencil with painter's tape only because I am so bad about moving it around. And then I've got some paper towels handy just in case we have an accident, because, you know, that sometimes happens. So I haven't figured out how to have one computer going and do a live, because all this is kind of new. So anyway, here we go. And I can't decide. I don't want it to be like right in the smack middle, so I may start, well, I could do one kind of offset. I don't know. I think I'm going to try this one in this corner. And we'll see. We'll see how that works. So, can you bear? I'm going to turn it so you can see that. There we go. The customer said she'll be here in 30 minutes, so I have 30 minutes to do this, or to start it. We'll see. And the traffic is terrible because it took me forever to get over here, and I don't know, it looks like we're about to have a big old storm, but the weatherman says it's all in southern Kentucky, so maybe we won't get any bad weather, because they're saying 60-mile-an-hour winds and tornado warnings. So I don't know, that may be later on tonight for us. So I apologize if you're making comments. I cannot see anything, but I will check them afterwards. Let's see, I kind of like that puckering. And this is such, I've never stenciled on something as loosely woven. I don't know what the word is for this. Textured, as textured as this. I'm going to get up. Oh, well, you can't see it then. So I'm going to start like right in here to even see. So that way if I mess this up, it cost me $8, so I won't feel too bad. And I have this new Mr. bottle that everybody's using. I don't know if you guys have seen painters using them, but if you're blending in your furniture, you can just mist it and it just goes like that. It's just awesome. I got it on Amazon. Oh, I can't remember how much they were, but it was thebucko.com, 24 ounce, and they had different sizes. This was a 3-pack. I kind of think they were $8 a piece. So you might can get it cheaper at Hobby Lobby, but when I went, I couldn't find it, and nobody knew what I was talking about, so I just got mad. So, let's see. I'm going to start with mermaid tail. I put this bow front cabinet on our local buy-sell trades, and I mean, everybody's been wanting it, but nobody showed up to pick it up. And this lady is on her way, so we'll see if she gets it. Well, that looks okay. And this Dixie Belle Paint is mineral chalk based paint, so I think after it dries, it should be good to go and not like wash away in the rain outside your door. Let's see. And I'm just, no rhyme or reason, I was just doing this, so I don't know. I guess I could have tried to ombre it, but I just started going before I thought about it. Let me do a little more and then we can look at it. Because I just want it to look somewhat random. I guess I can always paint on top of it if I don't like how it looks. And it's going to lighten up. The mermaid tail's already like lightening up. I'm going to go back over it. And then I'm going to lift it so we can just see what it looks like. That's okay. It's okay. Alright, well I'm going to work on this a little bit more. And if you want to hang out and watch me, you can do whatever you want to do. Because it's Friday, not Friday. I want it to be Friday. I'm at 5 o'clock and you're probably on your way home and not watching. So maybe my California peeps might be able to check something out. I like this blue. This cobalt blue. So let's see. I don't have enough variation in my colors, so maybe next time I will try something different. But I use my favorite colors, and they just, I think, are the same colors that I used on the stencil when I did the church pew little medallion. That was pretty neat. Uh-oh, that was, I silenced my phone. Now I have a new phone and a new iPad, and have a huge learning curve on both of them. I got a Samsung Note 8, and the guy said that it was very similar. I had a Note 4, and it was so good. It lasted me for such a long time. But it was just getting slower and slower, and the memory was just all used up. And so I couldn't do lives. I mean, it was just like stalling out. All kinds of bad stuff. So now I'm having to, showing my shaky arm, I saw that. Having to learn how to use them all over again. With it, especially the iPad. It is so, I have an old iPad, but I'm going to turn this. Maybe it won't fall off of the table. So I can try to get this little area better. Now you see my, I don't know if you can see my Ross tag. Ross has good stuff sometimes. You have to get there when they put it out at some of most of ours in the Nashville area. Alright, this is going to be fun. Try to hold it down and stencil. I think with this I'm not having to take as much paint off of my brush because the jute is so absorbent. I don't know if you can tell what this will be when I take the stencil off. It'll just look like a blob. I think I needed something with less detail, but hold on, we'll see the big reveal. Yeah, it just looks like a blob. On the camera it looks better than it does in person, but it's okay. It's not, let me do this. I think a less detailed stencil would have looked better, but it does give it some more color. So I'm just going to keep stenciling. And I may just go ahead and put one like right there to cover the whole thing. And then I do have, I don't know how a chalk couture, oh, did I put that on there? Yeah, a chalk couture silk screen would do, because this is so bumpy textured. I don't think it'll do very well, but I do have a giant, I think I do, a welcome stencil. So that would look pretty good on top of this. I could do it in like a dark brown or something like that. So then it would make the background blend just fine. Alright. I'm going to keep working. If you're watching, if you're just joining or watching on the replay, I am taking a cheapy jute welcome mat rug that I bought at Ross, but I've seen them at Big Lots and Target, Walmart, places like that. And I'm stenciling using Dixie Belle Paint in cobalt blue and mermaid tail, which is this green color, and then Dixie Belle blue, pure ocean, and the Gulf. So just to see, I wanted just to see how this stencil, and then I'm using a Paint Pixie paintbrush, just randomly doing colors so it'll look all, no rhyme or reason, no ombre. Ombre would have been pretty cool, but I didn't think that far ahead because I just wanted to hurry up and try to do this before my customer gets here to look at her faux front cabinet. So it's pretty easy. I'm kind of happy, pleasantly happy that it is something I think anybody could do. Easy peasy, and you see how quickly it's coming together. It's all, that one's already dry, the first one that I did. So and you don't have to put anything on top of it, like any poly or anything like that. Let's see. And I'm just doing this randomly. No, I guess a little bit of thought because I'm trying not to mix the colors like that right next to each other. But no pattern in mind. I don't think I'm doing as much as the cobalt. So I'm going to do a little bit more of that. And then I just put it on this little cheapy tray that I got at, I think I got it at the Dollar Tree. And it was just like a summer serving tray. But it works really well. And I put that press and seal stuff on top of it. So when I get done, if I don't use all the paint or if it's a mess, I can just peel that off and throw it in the trash. And that's my alternative to a paper plate, because that's what I typically use and they're sometimes not as sturdy once they get a certain wetness from the paint. They get soggier. Alright. It's hard to be random and talk. So, let's see. Oh man, I hope I locked the front door. I don't want anybody walking in on me. Trying to be a little bit, and then you can go back over it. Like if you don't think you have enough of one color, and you know you want some blue on top of that. I mean, this is so easy and so random. It's a fun project. Dang it, I keep wanting to put it where I already have it. That anybody can do. Anybody. You just need the workspace, and you can't be a perfectionist or anal retentive. So I don't know if my mom could do it because she's a perfectionist. So you just have to be random. And then, of course, you can go back over because none of these little lines are really going to show up because it's the weave is so big. So here is what this one looks like. So it's not showing up in the middle. So what I'm doing is just going back over and just pouncing. So there is that. I like how this looks, but it needs a word on it or something. So I'm going to do a little bit right here so it looks kind of random-y, like they meant to print. Because I always try to fill it up. I don't like any spaces, but that's just me. You could have left it if it was, you know, that's how you like it. You could have done that. But probably gonna mess it up by keeping adding. But I don't know. That's what I like. Busyness, as you can tell from my life and my clutter. So this really, you know, if you don't like the plain jute matte that it is, this is a way to color it up. And of course they have some already printed because I bought one for my house that already had a design on it. But then I wanted to see how easy this was because I'd seen several people working on these. And they were stenciling them and putting like your last name and welcome, or you know, the Murray's house or the Smith's house or whatever like that, and selling them at trade shows. And so I thought, I want to see how easy that would be to make. And it's very easy. So the ones that they had weren't so much this loose jute material, but they were the ones that have the short cut, you know, that I don't really love, because once you wipe your feet across them a couple of times, all that little hairs, the fibers seem to come off and shed everywhere. So here's what it looks like so far. These are my favorite colors, so I think it looks good just with those colors. I'm going to do a little teeny bit right here, and I will stop. Because I put out, it doesn't take very much paint at all. I mean, I use little dibby dabbles of paint. So very easy peasy. And I'm sure you could probably do this with latex paint or some like the folk art acrylics, but I'm using Dixie Belle Paint because I carry that paint line and I love all their colors and how easy it is to paint on furniture. So if you have any questions about Dixie Belle, feel free to send me a message or ask on here in a comment, and I will reply back as soon as I finish this up and become more tech savvy later on tonight. but I like, you can't tell it's a flower. It does look like a medallion, but it doesn't look like the dahlia flower that it's supposed to be, but that's okay. My neighbors won't care, and my dog surely won't care. He will pee on this just as well as anything else. Really, he won't. He doesn't. Okay. All right. Oh, this turned out very pretty. Let me hang up my stencil so I can clean it later and put my tray away. So here is how it turned out. What do you think? Easy peasy. And then I think I'm going to look for my welcome stencil, or I have one that says gather too. So we'll, I don't know, but I kind of like this. This looks really pretty. So anyway, thank you guys for watching. This was just a simple stencil on, oops, this was still a little wet, but this is dry. And the first one I did is dry. So this is a cheapy jute rug, not a cheapy, but an inexpensive. Made in India from Ross for $7.99. And then I used maybe a teaspoon of each of the colors, maybe a tablespoon, not very much at all. Hey, Reagan Murray, I see you now because I'm talking. But that was it. What do you think? This could be yours, Reagan Murray. All right, y'all, that's it. Thanks for watching. Now I've got to go get ready for my customer. Have a happy Thursday evening and a happy Friday Eve. Thanks, y'all. Bye. Now, if I can figure out how to finish, there we go.